So today is about this new Tom Ford Insolent Rose quad. This quad, I have used it once, and I don't know how I feel about it. It wasn't very pigmented, and like this shade didn't perform very well. I feel the formula, the texture is a little bit different than the Desert Fox one. I think the Desert Fox one is much more pigmented and much more creamy. It could also be the brush I'm using, so I think today I want to use a natural haired brush to try if my thought will change on this one. This color, it's a cream whitish color. It's like satin shades with a hint of micro glitters. This is a very beautiful glitter. Maybe I'll just show you this, the first one on the finger. And this is very beautiful. I think this reformulated formula is better than the previous formula, especially for this glitter, because I feel like these glitters, they were very hard, how to say, it's very hard to get product on your fingers or on your brush, and this is much more creamier and much more easy to get on your finger. It's just very smooth but easy to get on your fingers. Like you can see, it's a very beautiful glitter. This shade probably is the my favorite shade in this quad. Light rosy shade. It's like a mauvey pink kind of shade. This one is quite smooth, but I feel like it's a little bit sheer. It's not as pigmented as the Desert Fox one. This color is a color I didn't really like in this quad, because I feel like it's very sheer. Like, can you tell? In the pen it looks like a dark brown with a purple undertone. It's like a little bit patchy and a little bit too sheer, that it doesn't really gives your eye enough of dimension. So if you are not giving enough of dimension, it's basically like, what's even the point of putting this shade in the quad, right? Maybe it's because the brush I was using, so I thought today I will try to use some natural haired brush to apply it, to see if anything is different. So let's actually put this on our eyes. For this cream shade, I don't really use a color pale like this to use as my base color, so I will skip this one right now and use this dusty rosy pink color to use as a blending or a crease shade. Oh, I feel this natural haired brush gives a lot more pigmentation to this product, or maybe this product just made for a natural haired brush. I was using a little brush from ColourPop to apply this. Usually that brush works very well for me, but for some reason that day that brush just didn't work for this palette. So maybe my thought will change today. I feel like it's a little bit warmer and brown, more brown once this color is on your eyelid. Maybe that's because it's mixing with my olive skin tone, so it appears more like a brown shade, but it's a pretty, very pretty shade. Very easy to blend, but I still feel like the Desert Fox one is just a little bit more creamy and pigmented. Maybe it's because of the color. This quad is more of a cool-toned purple pinky undertoned palette, and the Desert Fox one is a warm brown kind of color, which is easier to formulate, I feel like. This color, and still, like, can you even see it on your eye? And I'm applying quite a lot of the product, and it just gives me like a gray cast on the lid, a very sheer gray cast on the lid. Can you tell? Maybe this is better. Can you see the little gray cast it gives me? Maybe let's change to another brush. This Suku brush. There's no name on the brush handle, but it's like this kind of, I don't know, petal brush. A lot eyeshadows works very well using this brush. So let's see, does this changes anything for this color? I feel like still it's a little bit better, but still I feel like it is such a weird shade. Like, what even is this? Like a little grayish, purplish, sheer cast on your eye. Like a little bit, like, I don't even think these two eyes are that different. And I am putting 3 layers of this product on my eye. What? I feel like for this quad, already this color is not something that I would usually use. And if this color not working for me as well, it's like this whole quad, I will just only use these 2 colors, which is a little bit silly. Can you see? It's just a very sheer grayish cast on your eyelid and makes your eyeshadow look a little bit like dirty. Well, you can blend it, but still it's just change the tone of the pink a little bit. It just changed this to a more of a grayish pink, and that's all. I usually like Tom Ford eyeshadows a lot. I like the Desert Fox quad a lot. Like the shades of that palette is nothing like groundbreaking or anything. But I think with Tom Ford, they will do a color that just has a little bit edge to make the product just a little bit different, and I really like that. I like the very everyday color that with just a little bit edge, and the Tom Ford is very like that kind of brand for me, and the Desert Fox quad is also like those kind of product for me, so I really liked that. And on top of that, the formula is very, very beautiful. It's like I don't really have to try to make it work. Like it just works for me. But this quad is like, I just I just don't feel like this is Tom Ford quality for me. Well, there's a lot of negativity. And I'm putting that purple shade on my under lower lash line, and again you can see it's just a gray sheer cast on the skin. Maybe this is because of the eye base I'm using, but other Tom Ford quads don't have this problem for me. They works on almost every base I use for my eye. It's never not working for me, so I feel like it's very weird. I think I'm just use a little bit more of that pink shade to cover all of this grayish cast on my eyelid. Yeah, and now it's the glitter time. Like, the glitter is very beautiful, very easy to use, just with your finger, and there's no fallout or anything, and you don't need a glitter glue. I think that's just the quality of Tom Ford glitters. It's intense, but it's very easy to use. A little bit this white color to highlight my brow bone. Actually, I don't really do this a lot, but just for the sake of trying this product, yeah, it's just like a normal cream whitish color. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just I don't really use this kind of shade. Maybe a little bit on the inner corner. And yeah, that's it. So I put on some mascara and lip gloss. Let's talk about my feelings about this quad. I think you already know that I don't really like this product because for me this is not a quad, it's a duo. It's a duo of these two colors, and there's two colors that I don't really use. And this color I don't mind it in this. It could be handy if sometimes I want to use something to set my eyelids and I don't want to put out another face powder, and I can just use this shade. And also sometimes this kind of shades could be very good for cleaning the edges, like you got too far or it's a little bit patchy from on the edge. You can use this kind of color to blend it. So I don't mind this color. It's just it's not something exciting in the quad, right? It's just a satin white cream shade with micro glitters. It's not very exciting. But this color, for me, it should be a very rich pigmented color that is easy to blend, and you can use this to give your eye some dimension, or even use this color to as a natural eyeliner. That's how I use this kind of dark shadow in a quad, because I think that's very convenient. I don't have to use another eyeliner. I can just use the deep shade in the quad. I feel like eyeshadow quad, the concept of it is just convenience, right? So for this shadow not working for me, it's just very disappointing. You can't even give your eye enough of dimension using this, let alone like use this as an eyeliner, right? And it's a little bit patchy. So maybe because this kind of brown color with a purple undertone, it's a little bit difficult to formulate. But for me, like Tom Ford, they should have the enough of budget to, you know, to have a good formula for this kind of shade. It's not like a blue or like a dark gray or anything that's so hard to formulate. It's just a brown shade with purple undertone. Is that difficult to make? So what I want to say is just I'm a little bit disappointed. Thank you for watching. Bye.